Welcome to our When You Change Retirement Systems presentation. Before we get to the main presentation, let's take care of some housekeeping items. To provide you with a future reference and make your note-taking easier, we've provided a presentation learning guide. You'll see the link to the learning guide in the YouTube description box. Please note that due to the large number of participants, although the chat feature is active, we won't be able to respond to member questions during this presentation. If you have any questions, please contact us directly. In today's presentation, we'll give a brief introduction to reciprocity, the retirement systems we have agreements with, benefits, and we'll finish with some additional information you should know. Let's first explain what reciprocity is. Reciprocity is an agreement among California public retirement systems that allows you to move between these systems without losing some valuable retirement benefits. In establishing reciprocity, you become a member of both systems and are subject to the benefits and rights of each system. This also means that you are subject to the laws of each system. CalPERS is governed by the Public Employees Retirement Law, while other systems have their own retirement laws. It's important that when you are considering establishing reciprocity, you not only talk to CalPERS, but also to your other retirement systems. You must be a member of a defined benefit program. You are not eligible if you are enrolled under a cash balance or a defined contribution benefit program. Defined benefit retirement benefits are based on a formula rather than contributions and earnings to a savings plan. There is no transfer of funds or service credit, so you will keep your CalPERS account here and have a separate account with your other system. And when you retire, you'll receive 2 separate retirement checks. We have 3 types of retirement systems that we have reciprocal relationships with. Each system has its own laws, provisions, and requirements that govern reciprocal benefits. The most common is reciprocity with a county and other public agency retirement systems. We have a complete list of all reciprocal systems on page 12 of our publication, When You Change Retirement Systems, which is our publication 16. If a system is not on this list, then they do not have a reciprocal agreement with CalPERS. We do not have reciprocity with any retirement systems outside of California. Some of these agencies are not CalPERS covered employers, but if you earn service credit in these systems prior to their CalPERS contract, you may be eligible for reciprocity with that earlier service credit. In order to establish reciprocity with one of our county or other public agency retirement systems, you must maintain your membership in each system, meaning you have to leave your funds in your account with each system. As we mentioned earlier, you must also be a member of a defined benefit plan. Next, you must move between the 2 systems within 6 months. Most people leave their job one day and start their next job on the next business day, but you have as long as 6 months. You can't have overlapping service. You must stop working under the first retirement system before entering membership in the next system. For example, if I leave CalPERS covered employment effective October 31st, then I couldn't enter membership under my next retirement system, Sacramento County Retirement System, until November 1st. If I earn service credit or remain active under my CalPERS employer until October 31st, but had started with my Sacramento County Retirement System employer on October 15th, that would violate this requirement. The last requirement is that you must retire from both systems on the same date, although there are a few exceptions to this rule. Read our publication When You Change Retirement Systems for more information about these possible exceptions. You must submit the retirement application for each retirement system in accordance with the rules and regulations associated with each system. This is a common mistake some of our members make. Remember, each retirement system has their own rules and laws, so you have to apply to retire for each system. We also have reciprocity with the University of California Retirement Plan, UCRP. The requirements for reciprocity with UCRP are the same as what we just went over, but if you have a lapse of service or a separation of more than 6 months, then we can still exchange final compensation amounts. We'll talk about final compensation exchange and some of the other benefits of reciprocity in a couple minutes. Lastly, we have reciprocity with the California State Teachers Retirement System, CalSTRS, and the Judges Retirement Plan 2, JRS 2. The Judges Retirement System and the Legislators Retirement System are also included, but establishing reciprocity with these two systems is far less common. To qualify for reciprocity with CalSTRS and JRS 2, you must leave your funds in each system, you must be a member of the defined benefit plan, and retire on the same date. Make sure you submit a retirement application for both systems. You should read our publication When You Change Retirement Systems if you're going to retire from CalSTRS with a disability to review possible impacts. You are allowed to have a break of more than 6 months and can have an overlap in employment dates. Now that we've talked about the types of reciprocity, let's talk about some of the most common benefits. Please remember, the benefits we're about to discuss are specific to CalPERS only. We cannot speak to the benefits that may or may not be offered by your other retirement systems. You'll need to talk to them directly. The first benefit of reciprocity is final compensation exchange. We may use the highest average annual compensation during any 12 or 36-month period of employment as a member of another system. You must retire on the same date from each system. The final compensation we use must comply with our laws and regulations and will be reviewed upon concurrent retirement. If you have a combination of classic service and service that falls under the Public Employees Pension Reform Act of 2013, which we call PEPRA, we cannot use your PEPRA salary towards your classic service and vice versa. In this case, we'll use one final compensation amount for the service credit earned as a classic member and a second final compensation amount for your PEPRA service to calculate your retirement benefit. It's up to each system if they use final compensation from another system, so it's important to talk to each. If you previously withdrew your CalPERS contributions and interest and later became a member of a qualifying reciprocal system, you may be eligible to redeposit your CalPERS contributions, reestablishing your service credit and CalPERS membership. Even if you're denied the other benefits of reciprocity, you may still be eligible to redeposit. If you are redepositing formerly withdrawn CalPERS contributions, your retirement date can be no earlier than the day following the CalPERS receipt of your election to purchase this service. If you're a member of a defined benefit plan for a reciprocal agency, then you are considered vested for retirement with CalPERS. You must still meet the minimum age requirement. Service credit earned in your other system does not apply to vesting for CalPERS retiree health coverage. Vesting requirements of your other system must be met in order to retire concurrently from each system. Contact your other retirement system to determine their retirement requirements. Reciprocity can affect other benefits, specifically disability and pre- and post-retirement death benefits, so please read our publication When You Change Retirement Systems for more information. Lastly, we'd like to provide you with some additional information, including how to apply for reciprocity. Reciprocity is a complex topic and has restrictions, so we ask that you read our publication When You Change Retirement Systems, Publication 16. CalPERS benefits and laws are different from other public retirement systems, so it's important that you speak with your other system to discuss how reciprocity may affect your benefits with them. The reciprocal benefits you're eligible for with CalPERS can be different and vice versa, so it's important to have a solid understanding before establishing reciprocity with any system. If you have questions about reciprocity and how it may affect your CalPERS benefits, please reach out to us. You can either submit a message in your My CalPERS account, or you can call the CalPERS Customer Contact Center at 888-CalPERS, which is 888-225-7377. Once you're ready and have all your questions answered, you can apply to establish reciprocity in one of two ways. You can either log into your My CalPERS account or submit the confirmation of intent to establish reciprocity when changing retirement systems form. It's important to understand that if you move between multiple reciprocal agencies, we must make a new determination for each movement. You have to ask for reciprocity and meet the requirements each time. So let's look at an example. Our member Gracie has moved around a bit during her employment history. She started at a CalPERS covered employer in 1990. She worked for that employer until 1995 when she left to work under the Kern County Employees Retirement Association. She stayed there for a while, but in 2005 she got a better paying job and decided to come back to a CalPERS covered employer. She made her last job change in 2020 when she got a job covered under the Sacramento County Employees Retirement System. For each of these three movements, she must submit a request to CalPERS to establish reciprocity and meet the requirements for each of these three movements. She will also want to speak with Kern County and the Sacramento County systems to find out how to establish reciprocity for each of those systems. This is not necessary for movements between CalPERS and CalSTRS or JERS 2. Requesting to establish reciprocity in MyCalPERS is quick and easy. Select the Retirement drop-down tab, then Retirement Summary. Scroll all the way down to the Reciprocity section. Then type the reciprocal retirement system's name you're a member of into the retirement system field, and then sign and submit your request. You're allowed to submit a request for up to 5 reciprocal systems in MyCalPERS. You're also able to check the status of your request in MyCalPERS. When you request reciprocity, we send a form to your other system asking them for your membership information. The time it takes to make a determination is partially dependent on how quickly they are able to return the form to us. This can be a long process. At a minimum, it can take several months. Once we make a determination, we'll send a letter to you and your other system. Before we end, I want to tell you that this presentation, like our previous presentations, is available as a video on our YouTube channel. You can access our YouTube channel through our website, www.calpers.ca.gov, or directly on the YouTube website at www.youtube.com/calpers. To gain a better overall understanding of your CalPERS benefits and get your questions answered, you can sign up for an instructor-led class that's offered virtually or in person at one of our regional office locations. You can enroll in your MyCalPERS account. Our presentation today was intended to provide you with information about reciprocity and when you change retirement systems. Please note that CalPERS is governed by the Public Employees Retirement Law. The information in this presentation is general. The retirement law is complex and subject to change. If there is a conflict between the law and the information presented in this presentation, all decisions will be based on the law. Later today, you'll receive an email with a short evaluation. Please answer all the questions as it's important for us to get your feedback to help us improve these presentations. Thank you for taking time out of your day to attend this presentation, and have a great day.